Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here, Chef Southern Woods, once again in the kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make my version of tostadas. Now, tostada is basically just a toasted or fried tortilla with some sort of topping on it. So today I'm teaching you how to make my variant. Today we're gonna need corn tortillas. I'm using yellow, but you could also use white. Gonna need butter, best thing to fry things in. One of the best. Some sort of shredded cheese, Mexican blend will perfectly do, of course. Some sort of hot oil, you could buy some at the store, some sort of chili oil, or you can have a homemade concoction like mine. Tony C's. Yes, we're using Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning for a tostada. It has just enough kick and great flavor, and some pepper. That's all we're gonna do for these very simple tostadas. I'll meet you on the stove, at the stove. All right, y'all, you're gonna need some sort of pan. Heat it up to about seven-ish is what I like. A nice high heat. You're gonna get some butter. Excuse me as I get some on my knife. A good slab of butter will do. You're gonna make sure that that pan is thoroughly buttered. While we give that a second, get out some corn tortillas. I usually make 3 at a time, but we will do 2 for simplicity's sake. All right, and make sure everything else is nice and prepped. Once that butter stops melting, we will put our tortillas on the pan. All right, so that butter is sizzling in the pan. That's exactly what you want. Grab your tortillas, put them on the pan just like so. Perfect. Now they're starting to heat up. We are gonna go put some cheese on them now. Again, I think Mexican blend would probably work best for this recipe, but if you have another cheese preference other than Mexican blend, go for it. All right, getting the cheese out now. I like a nice, healthy sprinkle, something like that. Not too much, but you know, definitely not a light handful either. Perfect, just like so. Now that butter is starting to heat up. Those tortillas are starting to, you know, bubble up a little bit. That is perfect. That cheese is gonna melt very quickly. But in the meantime, we're gonna get our hot oil. This really gives it a nice kick and just helps it cook up top a little bit more too, in a very unique way. I just like a nice little circle on top of the cheese like so. You don't wanna drown your tostadas in oil, just enough to give it some flavor up top. And now, get you some Tony C's. Get a nice sprinkle of that on there, like so. And then some black pepper. Perfect. So now you can see the cheese is starting to melt a good bit, and everything's just gonna fuse together, and it's gonna be wonderful. And I'll come back when, you know, they're cooked to my preference. I like them pretty crispy on the bottom with just a little bit of a softness up top. Usually takes about two-ish minutes frying in the butter. So I'll be back once it's done. All right, as you can see now, the cheese has thoroughly melted all the way through pretty much. And a good indicator on when they're getting pretty crispy at the bottom is when the sides start to fold up a little bit. But you can also tell just by looking underneath, it's a nice crispy texture and look to it. So these are about ready. If you like them crispier on top and bottom, you may want to give it another minute or so. If you don't like them as crispy, definitely would do them a lot shorter time. And you just take them out, transfer them to your plate. Beautiful. And you gotta love how that oil just bubbles up on top. Now, I'm gonna try them out in front of y'all. All right, y'all, now it's time for the taste test. Look how wonderful this is. Nice, golden, cheesy, warm. Let's see how good it tastes. Crispy bottom, a little bit of a soft top. The cheese, the spices, the oil, it all blends together so perfectly for a savory, salty, cheesy taste with a little bit of a kick of spice in there. And then the texture again, great blend of textures with the gooey cheese, the oil on top, and then just the texture of the fried tortilla. So again, that is a very simple tostada, cheese seasoning and oil. You could definitely pile it on. Sometimes I put salsa, jalapeno, sour cream on top. I know traditionally a lot of people put beans or refried beans on top as well too. So if you want to see more of these videos, and if you want to try this out for yourselves, definitely let me know. Hit me with that like button if you want to see more of what I do in general, outdoor videos, cooking videos, food reviews. Hit the subscribe button, join the Southern Woods community. Without further ado, y'all, Chef Southern Woods out.